Shrine of Islam within the walls of Jerusalem. Saladin and its officers came here this evening to offer thanks for today's success. The city is quiet now. Many of those who could afford to leave have gone already. A few moments ago, I asked General Saladin about his plans for the holy city.
I have no quarrel with Christians, only with their leaders. Any who wish may remain in the city, paying only a small tax. Let Christians and Muslims work together, side by side, to restore a land sacred to us all.
Certainly, Saladin has shown himself capable of occasional cruelty during this war. But in general, he has lived up to his reputation for chivalry. No more so than today, when he refused to take revenge on his defeated enemies. This is Selim Karasi, reporting from Jerusalem.
Joining us now from his home in Tyre is Archbishop William, a personal friend of Saladin and an expert in Muslim affairs. Your Grace, what is your reaction to the day's events?
Today is a tragic day for Christian Palestine. The irony is it may become a tragic day for Saladin too.
And how is that?
You've got to understand that in the beginning, the Muslims thought of the Crusades as a trivial border dispute. A nuisance, really. But now, there's no going back for either side. More fighting, more killing, more armies from Europe and Egypt battling across land where our Lord preached his message of love and peace to all. It's been so unnecessary, this jihad.
But surely a final confrontation was bound to happen in Palestine. Wasn't it just a matter of time?
Was it? Those of us who lived here evolved a way of living alongside the Muslims, even though at times they were our enemies. But we were forced to rely on a constant supply of fresh reinforcements from Europe, who didn't understand this. The newcomers thought the way to salvation was through killing every Muslim they could get their hands on, even though we might just have spent 6 months negotiating a truce with them.
We're running short of time, Your Grace, but perhaps you could sum up what you think is going to happen now.
The Pope will intervene. He doesn't have any choice. That means another crusade. Maybe a second 90 years of Christian and Muslim at each other's throats in Palestine. Old hatreds passed on from generation to generation.
Thank you. That was Archbishop William of Tyre speaking to us from one of the last cities in Palestine still in Christian hands. Recapping our top story now, Christian forces in Palestine have suffered a major defeat. Muslim warriors captured the holy city of Jerusalem following a bloody battle. The Muslim leader Saladin earlier promised mercy to Jerusalem's residents if a ransom is paid. Now, at the same time, Saladin's troops are rounding up those they believe to be potential troublemakers. Today's Muslim victory spells the end of nearly a century of Christian control in Palestine. The door to the east has now been slammed shut, but already there's talk of a new crusade. Public opinion in Europe will demand vengeance for today's defeat, and for both sides, Palestine is too valuable a prize, Jerusalem too sacred a place. It's likely to remain a battleground for a long time to come. For Timeline, on October the 2nd, 1187, I'm Stephen Bell.
Although Christians mounted several more crusades, Jerusalem would remain in Muslim hands for the next 730 years. In 1917, the British captured the city from the Ottoman Empire. And in 1948, Jerusalem became a divided city between Muslim and Jew until Israeli forces drove out the Jordanians during the Six-Day War in 1967. Today, Israel claims all of Jerusalem as its capital. But in any talk of Middle East peace negotiations, Muslims raise the status of Jerusalem. As it has for thousands of years, the city is likely to play a key role.
Funding for NOVA is provided by the Johnson & Johnson family of companies, supplying health care products worldwide. and Prime Computer, supplying integrated computer solutions to the world's manufacturing, commercial, technical, and scientific marketplaces. Major funding for NOVA is provided by this and other public television stations, which depend largely on viewer contributions for their support.